In a world driven by digital connection, one skill remains timeless and more powerful than ever: the ability to truly connect with people. Not just talk, but connect. Whether you're trying to make a lasting first impression, spark a meaningful conversation, influence others at work, or simply avoid awkward silence at a party, how you communicate shapes your entire life. In this video, we're diving deep into the core insights of How to Talk to Anyone by Leil Lowndes, but not in a checklist format. We'll explore the philosophy behind great communication. Why do some people instantly light up a room? Why do others struggle to be remembered at all? And how can you master the art of human connection without faking it? Expect powerful principles, real psychological truths, and timeless wisdom, all broken down into 8 essential themes. By the end, you won't just know how to talk to anyone, you'll understand how to leave an impact on everyone you meet. Because when you learn to speak, not just to words, but to the soul behind them, that's when everything changes. And here are the 8 essential themes. Let's explore one by one. First impressions and body language. Before you say a single word, the conversation has already begun. The way you walk, the way you hold your eyes, the slight tension or ease in your shoulders. These silent signals speak louder than anything you could say. We often underestimate how deeply people feel our energy before they process our language. First impressions aren't made in moments, they're made in milliseconds. But here's the secret: it's not about pretending to be confident, it's about choosing presence. Stand tall not to appear powerful, but to honor the space you occupy. Let your eyes meet theirs, not to challenge, but to connect. Smile, not to charm, but to welcome. These are not tricks, they are truths. When your body aligns with your intention to respect, to listen, to belong, others feel it. People are instinctively drawn to those who radiate calm assurance. It's not arrogance, it's inner quiet. It says, "I am enough, and so are you." That's the kind of body language that makes people lean in, not because you're loud, but because you're real. The most unforgettable impressions are not made through force, but through presence. Second, starting conversations. The hardest step in any connection is often the first word. We fear sounding awkward, being rejected, or saying the wrong thing. But conversation doesn't begin with perfection, it begins with intention. When you approach someone, what you're really offering isn't just a sentence, it's presence. An invitation to be seen, to be known, even for a fleeting moment. The truth is, most people are waiting, hoping for someone to make that first move. They crave connection, but they don't want to reach into silence alone. So when you begin, even with something simple like, "How's your day going?" you're breaking not just the silence, but the wall of loneliness we all quietly carry. Start not to impress, but to understand. Your curiosity is more powerful than your cleverness. Your warmth more lasting than your wit. Ask something real, even in small talk. What brought you here? What's something you're excited about this week? These are more than words. They are doors, and when asked sincerely, they open hearts. To start a conversation is not to intrude, it is to offer light in a dim room. Begin with kindness, and you'll find people are more ready to talk than you ever imagined. Third, maintaining engaging conversations. The art of conversation isn't in speaking, it's in sensing. Great communicators don't dominate dialogue, they nurture it. They understand that words are threads, and listening is the needle that weaves them into connection. When you listen not just to reply, but to understand, the other person feels it, and they open up. To keep a conversation alive, stay curious. Not in a mechanical way, but in a soulful one. Ask what lights them up, what confuses them, what they dream about. Echo their emotions, match their energy. Let your responses reflect that you're not just hearing, they're being felt. Never rush to fill silence. The quiet moments are where trust breathes. Share your own thoughts like gifts, not weapons of validation. speak with intention, and pause with grace. A true conversation is not a performance, it's a dance. And the ones who dance well don't step on toes. They listen to the rhythm of the other, because in the end, people remember how they felt in your presence more than anything you said. Make them feel heard, and you'll never be forgotten. Fourth, building rapport and connection. Real connection begins where ego ends. When you drop the mask, when you stop performing and start being, you give others permission to do the same. That's the secret to building rapport. It's not strategy, it's sincerity. People don't bond over perfection. They bond over shared feelings, mirrored energy, and the safety to be real. Find common ground, yes, but more importantly, create common emotions. Laugh with someone, not at them. Share a moment of wonder, not just information. Speak from your inner world, not just from facts. Connection deepens when we reflect others like a calm lake, still, attentive, and honest. Use their name gently. Match their tone subtly. Nod not because it's polite, but because you care. These micro-signals tell the subconscious, you are seen, you are safe here. And when someone feels safe, they open, not just with words, but with their truth. That's rapport, not a trick, but a trust. In a disconnected world, those who offer genuine connection become unforgettable. Fifth, social intelligence and emotional awareness. Social intelligence is not about being liked by everyone. It's about understanding what moves people. It's the quiet awareness that beneath every word is a feeling, and behind every action, a story. To master human connection, you must learn to read the emotional current beneath the surface. Watch the eyes. Hear what the silence says. Feel the shift in tone, the tightening of a smile, the pause before a reply. These are not signs to analyze, but invitations to empathize. Socially intelligent people don't just respond, they attune. They sense when to speak, when to stay still, and when to simply be with someone in their emotion. But awareness without compassion is manipulation. True emotional intelligence means honoring the emotional reality of others, not using it. It's asking what does this person need right now, not what can I say to win. Sometimes the answer is comfort, sometimes it's space, sometimes it's truth. In a world loud with ego, those who listen with empathy and respond with care become rare and unforgettable. Social intelligence isn't a skill, it's a form of love dressed in awareness. Sixth, influence without manipulation. True influence isn't about control, it's about alignment. It's the quiet art of guiding others by understanding their desires, their needs, and their deeper truths. Influence isn't a force, it's a dance. And the best dancers know when to lead and when to follow. To influence, you must first understand. You must listen, not just to the words, but to the motivations behind them. What does the other person want? What do they fear? When you speak their language, when you reflect their values, you don't impose your will. You align with their inner world. And when you align, change happens naturally. Manipulation, on the other hand, comes from insecurity. It seeks to control for selfish gain, but true influence is born from genuine care. When you want the best for others, without needing it to benefit you directly, you create an environment where trust flows. People are drawn to those who uplift without demanding, who offer without expecting. Influence isn't about being louder or more persistent. It's about being in tune with what others need and offering that in a way that feels like their own choice. And that is the subtle, powerful art of influence. Seventh, mastering small talk. Small talk isn't trivial. It's the bridge that connects two strangers. It's the subtle art of creating comfort in the space between silence and depth. While many see it as mere filler, small talk is a doorway to the larger conversation, and in its simplicity lies its power. But here's the truth, small talk isn't about reciting facts or rattling off pleasantries. It's about making the other person feel at ease. It's about acknowledging their humanity and connecting over the shared moments of life. A simple, "How was your weekend?" or "Have you tried this restaurant?" can spark not just a conversation, but a connection when asked with genuine curiosity and warmth. What makes small talk magnetic is its ability to lead somewhere meaningful. If you can listen beyond the surface, if you can truly hear the little details, you open the door to deeper topics. Small talk is not a transaction, it's a foundation. And when done right, it sets the stage for real, memorable interaction. Remember, everyone is searching for the same thing: to be seen, to be heard, and to be understood. And sometimes, the simplest questions hold the key to unlocking the deepest connections. Eighth, charisma and presence. Charisma is not an act, it's an energy. It's the magnetic pull that comes from within, a quiet confidence that doesn't shout, but holds space. Charismatic people don't need to dominate a room, they simply fill it with their essence. Their presence is enough to draw others in, to make people feel seen and understood without a single word. At the heart of charisma is authenticity. It's being completely comfortable with who you are, without the need for validation. When you're at peace with yourself, others sense it, and they are drawn to that calm assurance. Charisma doesn't come from loudness or flamboyance. It comes from the stillness that allows others to feel comfortable in your presence. To cultivate presence, slow down. Be intentional in your movements. Speak with meaning and listen with full attention. When you focus on the person in front of you, when you make them the center of your attention, you exude a presence that is rare in a world of distractions. Charisma isn't something you create, it's something you uncover layer by layer. It's the result of being fully present, fully alive, and fully you. And when you carry that energy, you don't need to try to connect. You simply do. And there you have it, the timeless principles of communication that not only help you talk to anyone, but make every conversation meaningful. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about presence, empathy, and connection. Master these, and you won't just be remembered, you'll be felt. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What's one tip from today that you'll start applying? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep talking, keep connecting, and most importantly, keep being you.